All right, so how much longer is it going to take you here, Bob? I mean, we're missing some prime television here. I mean, we're missing so much good stuff. It's just going to take me a couple more minutes. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but unfortunately, you got yourself a massive screw-up here in regards to the main system. And I don't know who configured what in this thing, but holy crap did they have it wrong. That would be me, Bob. Look, you at least get something. I mean, the picture's still scrambled. Oh, well, you're in the high hundreds. You don't have that type of range. Here, hold on. Let me adjust the set. Let's see. Okay, try that. Thanks, Bob. All right, let's see. Come on down to the Roadkill Cafe. That's right, the Roadkill Cafe. You kill it on the road? Hey, don't worry about it. We'll cook it up and deep fry it for you. I ate there once. The food's not that great. Plus, I got really sick. I could imagine. Doesn't sound tempting. Let's see what else is on. Coming up next, the absolutely completely random podcast, only on YouTube. Hey, Bob, keep it here. Keep it here. This is a good show. This is a really good show. You'll like this. Greetings, everybody on the internet, everybody out in space, and to the possible Martians that might want to attack our planet. All I have to say is, ack, 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 ack. There, now that I got all the greetings out of the way, welcome everybody to the absolutely completely random podcast for Saturday, October 5th, 2019. Wow, we're in October already. Holy hell, where'd the time go? We're just a couple months away from the end of the year and a few weeks away until I have to start night shift, and then I'm just a miserable son of a bitch for months or weeks on end. No, months on end, because I don't even recover after January. Oh, God, I hate night shift. But anyway, what do I have to talk about this week? Well, believe it or not, some somber news, I should say. Anime has left primetime television in Japan. It's sad. I feel like sending a dozen black roses to a Japanese television. Oh, God, this is sad and horrible. Once again, I get to reset the goddamn Pokemon counter. Just once. Just once, I would like to not be Idris Elba in Pacific Rim and yelling reset the clock and reset the counter on this one. Now, once again, I get to reset the Pokemon counter because, believe it or not, Pokemon anime has a new protagonist and Ash, and I got some issues with this. I mean, a lot of issues with this. Funimation is planning to make the 4th season of My Hero Academia a same-day dub. That's right, a same-day dub. That's going to be interesting. I have some Kyoto Animation news for those of you that have still been wondering about it since its arson attack back on July 18th. And yes, I am still working on my tribute video to them. It's not going to be like the regular GBU. It's going to be an audio one because it's going to fit in right smack in the middle of what I'm kind of doing with the GBU right now. And since I don't want to spoil any of that prior to the second season coming out next year, I don't want to, showcase it just yet. So just a heads up, when it does come out, it's going to be an audio one. So it's mostly just sit back, relax, and listen to me. But yeah, so there is that. There's also some somber news, again, out of Japan, as Aplha Dream has filed for bankruptcy. For those of you that don't know what Aplha Dream is, they are the ones that did the Mario and Luigi RPG games. Some huge news came out of New York Comic Con this week as Steven Universe is getting a new season. However, it's also going to be the final season. But it did get a new title sequence, which I have to admit is very, very good. I'm sorry I had to do that. And finally, for my I'm kind of glad I don't live in Japan moment, and this is the funniest thing ever. Japan's Minister of Health, the Ministry of Health in Japan, is distributing free Sailor Moon condoms. I'll let that sit in your head for a while until I actually get to that topic. All that and maybe more this week on the absolutely completely random podcast. But until then, you know the song and dance by now. Check out A-Roads 2012 on eBay for all your weird oddity collectible needs. I am trying my damnedest to put new stuff up, everybody. I really, really am. So I'm trying. I'm not lying. I'm trying. I really am. It's hectic being me. It really is. Don't forget, you can also follow me on Twitter at OtakuRose, and you can check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. Links to both are in the About Me section here on my channel. While you're on my channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button and hit the thumbs up button on videos that you like. It helps me out a lot because then I know what type of content to make for everybody out there. Do you want to see more rant videos? You want to see me flipping out and losing my shit? Or do you want to hear my discussion of thoughts upon certain things? Or do you just want to hear me review stuff? Heads up, reviews are going to be sticking around. So, there is that. But anyway, you know what to do. Don't forget, check out the channel here, the YouTube channel. Maybe there's some more videos that might tickle your fancy. You never know. And don't forget, I have monthly Q&A videos. In fact, do not forget that you can actually submit your questions by, let me pull up my magic calendar here, the 26th. So please have all your questions in by the 26th, and the video will go up, ironically, on Halloween. Ooh! But without any further ado, well, that's pretty much all I gotta say. But yeah, don't forget, you can check me out on Twitter at OtakuRose, and on Facebook at the Web Designer 18 Facebook page. Because, yeah, it's like I always say, I have this stuff, people. It's the 21st century. Why wouldn't I have Facebook and Twitter? Alright, so this is the point when I talk about how my week went. And, hey, don't forget, you can let me know how your weeks went if you want to, talk about it and bend my virtual ear for a little bit, if you will. You can, put it down in the comment section. This is how my week went. You don't have to go into specifics. You can just say, I had a dull week, or I went to see a movie, or I had school, homework, it was boring. That's fine. Let's interact. Let's shoot the shit. Bend my virtual ear for a little while if you wish. I enjoy getting comments and reading them from my viewers, the fans, the subscribers. Feel free to drop a comment on any of my videos. Don't be afraid. I reply to all of them. And before somebody goes, I haven't replied to yours, let me rephrase that. I try to reply to all of them, however, I don't seem to get all of them, as YouTube's algorithm system doesn't seem to give me all the notifications. So once or twice a week, since I have to do it on the actual desktop site, go in and see if any of them have been marked as spam, and thanks to the new filter that I found last week, I can actually go through for ones that I haven't replied to yet. So if I haven't replied to your comment yet, I didn't forget about you, I just honestly didn't see it. Because the algorithm didn't tell me, oh, there's a comment here, or it didn't show up because it got marked as spam, or put into it's marked as spam, now it's no longer spam, but it's still not relevant for us to show it to you, or the notification just didn't come up to me. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I love getting comments. I love reading the comments section. That's the thing that I love the most. So feel free to drop a comment. Don't be afraid to. Seriously, just say hi if you want. You don't have to say anything, fancy. You don't have to go, hi, long-time listener, first-time commenter. No, you just drop a comment. I'll be fine with that. But anyway, how'd my week go? Boring, and did I mention boring? Yeah, it's one of those weeks that really nothing exciting happened. Last Sunday we watched a movie, and it is blanking my mind now. We watched Ladybugs, the Rodney Dangerfield movie. That was last Sunday. Monday, nothing exciting happened. Tuesday, nothing exciting happened. Wednesday, went to work, came home. Nothing exciting really happened. Thursday, nothing really exciting happened. Friday, went to work, came home. Found out Sesame Street got put behind a paywall. Did a rant video about it. Today, watched Mars Attacks, and basically, did nothing else. So yeah, it's pretty much been my week. It's been a dull week. It really has. But, it's one of those times, that happens. Not every week can be exciting. I mean, it's not like I'm circumnavigating the globe in a hot air balloon or anything. No, I had a dull and boring week. I'm allowed to have those. If something exciting happened and I just don't remember it wasn't relevant to the situation. So, yeah. But either way, yeah, if you want to shoot the shit a little bit, tell me how your week went, I'm more than happy to listen. Leave a comment. Let me know how your week went. You don't have to go into specifics, like I said. You don't have to tell me, oh, I did this, this, and this. Just say, yeah, I went to school, bored, or I had work. That was it. Watch some TV. That's fine. Just let me know how your week went. That's all I want to know. I like interacting, like I said, with my with the fans and the viewers and the subscribers. I like interacting with everybody. But yeah, it's pretty much, my week was boring. Short, sweet, to the point this time around. But anyway, let's get into the podcast, shall we? Okay, so let's talk about the big topic that I want to talk about this time around. And no, I'm not talking about that one yet. And no, it's not the other one. Anime has left primetime television in Japan. Now, I can feel for them on this case in a lot of ways, because here in the US we had Saturday morning cartoons, and they were the humongous going thing for us. I mean, it was like a rite of passage when you were a kid. You had to enjoy Saturday morning cartoons. And the next generation, they're not going to have the same knowledge. They're not going to know what this was to get up in the morning on a Saturday and have Saturday morning cartoons. It's a fun way to kickstart your weekend after having a horrible week, like you had school and all that stuff. You come home and it's Saturday. Hey, I can watch Saturday morning cartoons. That was just a wonderful way to just unwind at the start of the weekend. But the anime marketplace, according to the article from Otaku USA magazine, or Otaku, however you want to pronounce it, has changed a great deal. This has been an ongoing thing because they were changing up a lot of stuff. There was, talks about this happening for a while now. Technological developments, the way anime has evolved as a medium, changing demographics. I've seen the primetime anime series fall off the map. I honestly don't even know what would qualify as a primetime anime. I would assume it's like more adult oriented stuff, but according to the article, the only two remaining primetime series were Doraemon and Crayon Shin-chan. And if you've ever seen Crayon Shin-chan, that is adult oriented if I have ever known it. That is what you call a solid hard PG-13. It's not R-rated. It's definitely not a hentai, but it's definitely, like, if I'd have to give this like a movie rating or something, it'd be a hard PG-13. We're talking TV wise, we're looking South Park, like a TV MA. Definitely, that's like a TV MA without a doubt. But Doraemon, though, it's a little questionable. However, as of this October, those are going to be moving to Saturdays. And with that, Japan is bidding a fond sayonara to primetime anime. And this is sad. It's like I said, I feel for them in this because it's almost the same thing that happened to us here in the US with Saturday morning cartoons. What happened with us was that it were on a majority of the channels. You had CBS, ABC, WB, Fox. Then there was whatever UPN was at the time, because it changed names so many times. It was UPN, and it was the CW. CW was, or no, it was, I don't know. It's multiple things whatever it was at the time. But they had some Saturday morning cartoons on too. Then Fox was like, I think the first to go. I think Fox was the first to go. I know ABC still had them for a while. Then ABC ditched them. I remember Fox was the first to go. I remember that. It's like Fox was the first to go. I'm pretty sure it was. So you had Fox went. Then I think it was either CBS or ABC. Kids WB was not too far up there. Pretty much when at that time then it was then it became the CW. They had Vortex on that channel. And that pretty much was just like, yeah, there you go. Vortex was the last and final Saturday morning cartoon. I'm going to look that up here quick. I'm almost swear to God Fox was the first one to go. Hold on. Oh, I looked it up. But it was like, you had Vortex on. Okay. You had Vortex on, and Vortex was just, it was practically almost the same shows that, basically, the WB had. WB had more anime and some actual cartoons from like DC and Warner Brothers and stuff like that. But then they were just like, you know what, this is ridiculous. It just can't keep up with it anymore. It wasn't worth the time and effort. And I understand that. I really do. I understood that. Unfortunately, it just went on and on. But they were the last ones to have it. CW was the Vortex. They were the last and final one to air Saturday morning cartoons, and they replaced it with One Magnificent Morning. It's a 5-hour block of non-animated TV geared towards teens and their families. It was horrible. But yeah, Saturday morning cartoons are no more, and that's how I kind of feel the same way with the whole anime leaving primetime thing. It's sort of the same, thing here with this. But yeah, the Vortex was the last and final one, and I remember that. I actually do remember watching that the final week of that. It was just, and the sad part was they couldn't have put like new episodes on. It was literally just right there at the end, and that was just that was the end of it. Okay, here we go. State of Saturday morning cartoons. Thank you, Wikipedia. Okay, so Federal Communications Division. Okay, by network. Okay. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure Fox was the first to go here, right? Okay. From 1990 to 1992, Fox ran the Fox Kids. Then I remember it became the Fox Box. You had 4 kids on there. Okay, on September 13th, 2014, Fox operated all their stuff, and they just changed it over. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, we have that. Oh, I forgot about NBC. And I forgot NBC also had someone too. I don't remember NBC actually doing much though in the realm of Saturday morning. Yeah, okay. It's September 16th. Okay. I'm almost sure that it ended then. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Fox was the first one to go because I remember Fox didn't have anything on because it was like the Fox box and whatever the hell they had on. I think it was just the 4 kids stuff because that's how I watched the One Piece and all that. Shaman King, Fighting Foodons. Ooh, I gotta remember that one. Let's go in the review. But yeah, there was that. But I'm pretty sure they were the first one. I know CBS went, but CBS was more like a gradual type deal. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I think CBS went second. I'm almost okay. Or no, I think CBS went first. Okay, I think CBS was first, but then again, CBS was sort of like a hodgepodge mismatch thing to begin with. Uh, okay, August 27th, 2011, ABC ended the ABC Kids block. Let's see here. Disney Channel quietly ended its Saturday morning block in 2014, brought back in 2017 as to get animated. So I don't really know. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Fox was the first to go. I could be wrong. If anybody knows, please let me know in the comment section. I'm almost certain that they were the first to go. There's even This TV launched a daily thing, but it ended on. Oh wow, it actually ended this year. They tried doing it this year, only it lasted for 20 months. Wow, that sucks. I know PBS Kids is Retro TV. So, yeah, but I think out of the ones that I remember as a kid, I know Fox, I think was one of the first ones to go. CBS I never really paid much attention to. I could have given 2 shits about them. Same with ABC. I just watched Power Rangers. That was on at like 12 o'clock. I know Fox was like one of the first ones to go. I'm almost certain Fox was the first one to go. Because then I remember watching like Fighting Foodons and Shaman King, and then I just remember not having those anymore, and I started watching Kids W. No, those were on WB though, weren't they? I don't know. See, I lost track. I know Pokemon was on WB. I remember watching Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh on Kids WB, Jackie Chan Adventures, and things like that. Because Fox didn't have cartoons on anymore. If they did, they were really crappy. Like I said, you had ABC, but I didn't really pay much attention to them. It was mostly, I think, Kids WB and then whatever the CW or UPN had on was what I flipped back and forth to after Fox ended. CBS, like I said, I never really paid much attention, so yeah, there was that. But like I said, I can feel. I basically just set this up. I know it was a little long-winded, but I basically set it up. I can feel for the people that are doing this. This is a massive moment here. When anime's leaving prime time, so that's basically, like I said, that's akin to Saturday morning cartoons just disappearing. It's been a staple for how many years now, and it's no longer there. But in the past, Doraemon and Crayon Shin-Chan brought in reliable double-digit ratings, but these days their shares are down to like 6 to 7%. So I understand the point in this. It was part of the prime time of the beginning with Astro Boy airing weekday evenings starting in 1964, and by 1979 there were 18 anime series in prime time, with multiple shows competing against each other in the same time slot on different networks, not unlike prime time here in the US. You have CBS, ABC, Fox, all of which battling it out for their own ratings, and NBC included, all those other channels. So yeah, it's the same thing. But several factors slowly led to the current situation. For one, series like Neon Genesis Evangelion did well in late night reruns, and shows even began to be created specifically for late night, where they could feature more mature content like blood, swearing, dropping of the F-bomb after 2 o'clock in the morning here in the US. I don't know about over in Japan. Well, then again, over in Japan, I know that's probably one would probably be 2 in the morning, but they can say damn, hell, bastard, shit. They can say all that over there. You actually like read the subtitles on an anime. Believe me, you'd be amazed at the stuff they could get away with that is geared towards kids. I'm not gonna lie. Look at the Super Sentai series. That'll shake your mind. But then you also have the number of children being born in Japan beginning to fall. Series designed for families with younger members, and inevitably attracting fewer viewers. Which, yeah, you don't have the families, you can't get any more views, and I understand that. So let's see here. Yeah, the technological developments in the recent years, viewers can now consume anime without relying on traditional broadcast television at all. Yeah, my one friend made a comment when I was complaining about Toonami getting the short end of the stick. My one classmate, I don't really talk to the guy that much anymore. We had a little misunderstanding when I was looking for a job. It's a fun story sometime to say. But basically, it was, why should I bother watching Toonami when I can just watch all the anime online for free and get better stuff? And to Toonami's credit at the time, they were still harboring on reruns, because I think Cartoon Network and Adult Swim at the time just wanted to kill it off again. They brought it back to make fans happy. Then when they realized, okay, we're not getting the ratings that we actually wanted from this, they tried their damnedest to kill it, and the backlash just hit them harder than they thought. And to their defense, they have gotten better. I'm not going to lie. They have improved. They're getting new shows. They got Fire Force. They got Dr. Stone. They have a lot of stuff. I'm not going to lie. So they've improved. Beyond measurement, they've improved. So what does this mean, though, for anime viewers outside of Japan? You're not going to be affected, at least directly. Of course, though, but the lack of younger viewers in Japan may mean, one, they'll continue to see more anime series aimed at older adults, an older audience, and two, even more series made with international audiences in mind, meaning that, screw the local culture, we're just going to pander to the ones across the ocean. That could be a good and bad thing, because keep in mind, if you pander to one group and ignore another group, you're gonna hurt yourself in the long run. Now, granted, you can't please everyone. That's a statement that I have been told so many times in life it isn't funny, but still, if you pander towards one group over another, you often are going to find yourself in a heap of trouble. And I don't know. It's just one of those things. But as far as this goes, I can safely say I really do. I feel for him. It hurts that the primetime anime is done. It sucks that primetime anime is done over in Japan, because I mean, like I said, I understand where they're coming from. I mean, you have streaming services, you have the internet, so yeah, traditional cable's done. I mean, the writing's on the wall, basically. And the only way it's going to come back is once the streaming bubble bursts. But by that point, the damage will already be done, and people can just, go to sites and other things. There'll be somebody will figure out a way to prevent what happened with the .coms happening to streaming services, or at least not having that massive of an impact. But yeah, otherwise, I feel for them. Believe me, you have my sympathy, because this is just like when Saturday morning cartoons left us. It was horrific. It was sad. It was terrible. I think the majority of us that remembered it just gathered around online and we were just sharing stories of like what we used to do on Saturday mornings. Like back in the 80s, there were people that, with their siblings, it's like, hey, I'll go and get some cereal, or, hey, can you go get me some cereal and you can have control of the remote for the next, for an hour or something. You can pick the next hour long of cartoons. You had stuff like that, and like I said, it was just like a staple. It was a rite of passage in a way. And now it's just, well, we don't need it anymore, so, it's no longer a thing. So for us that grew up with them, we know the pain. And like I said, so primetime anime, for the older adults that may be having their kids and they were hoping to share it with their kids, yeah, I can understand where their upset's going to be. But at the end of the day, like I said, I feel for them. I understand where the TV networks and that are coming from, but yeah, I feel for them. I really do. So, bye-bye primetime anime in Japan. It's done. It's sad. Alright, so let's just get this topic out of the way, because honestly, at this point, like I said, I feel like Idris Elba in Pacific Rim, reset the clock! Yeah, in this case, reset the counter! Because, once again, I'm talking about Pokemon. Pokemon again. I like to put this out here. I would like a week. At least a week. Maybe 2, but I know that's pushing it. Where there's no information on Pokemon, no massive, update to something that's already broke, no new information on their game that's going to be a massive shit show. None of it. I just want 1 freaking week. Okay? That's all I ask. As far as this one, though, this is pretty much an update to the topic I had last week in regards to the leaked image that popped out. Good news. Turns out it's legit. Because Pokemon is getting a new protagonist, and Ash is still going to be in. However, he's sort of a co-protagonist in this one. Honestly, not a fan of the new guy. I don't know if it's the design, to me seems like a pushy pain in the ass, or if it's just what he wants to do, what his goal is that makes him a pushy pain in the ass. So for those of you who were fans of Pokemon, you know that the new Pokemon's coming out. The Galar region is coming out. We can wash the piss poor taste of Sun and Moon out of our mouths, because I'm gonna say it, Ash looks a lot better in this than he did in the Sun and Moon series. I'm not gonna lie. He looks a lot better in this one, so we can wash that horrible, ugly taste of Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon out of our mouths. I'm just so happy about that we can finally wash that taste out of our mouths. I would like to wash out the fact that Ash won that garbage league, but I'd probably die of alcohol poisoning if I would even try. Just to block out that memory would probably take about 15 tanker trucks full of alcohol, and nobody's surviving that, so don't even try. Nobody's going to survive that. We can just all suffer together, because Ash won that league. It was a shit show league. He shouldn't have won it. We all agree on that, and I don't care what the other people say. We all agree Ash should not have won that league. But back to this topic. The new protagonist that was featured, the boy in the other side of the picture with the score bunny underneath him, is named Go. G-O-U. Or G-O. Can't wait to see how that's going to get changed in the new, when it gets over here to the English version. He's a 10-year-old who dreams of catching them all. Catching all of the Pokemon with his score bunny. That's his partner. I'm not even joking here. So this is literally the polar opposite of Ash. Only in this case, he actually got one of the starters from that region's professor. But both characters are the lead in this one. Unlike the previous series in which Ash was the protagonist and the other characters were the backup dancers. Ash is taking a side seat on this one. He's a co-protagonist, with Go taking on the other role. Ash still wants to, become a Pokemon master. Go just wants to catch them all, apparently including the mystical Mew, whom he saw as a child. Now, I'm going to say this, I love this poster that is on here. I love this poster. I think it's the greatest poster I have ever seen in my life. I love this poster. I think this poster is so cool. This image is so unique. It is interesting. It's amazing. It really is. It just shows how wonderful this looks. It's cool. You have all the Pokemon around them. There's like a Gengar off in the distance. I still think I saw a Charizard, and I saw Palkia and Dialga. Yeah. Zekrom and Reshiram. I see Greninja. There's just so many of them. Yeah, there's Charizard, there's Gengar, there's Eevee. It looks like Snivy's final evolution, some unknown. I see Ho-Oh, a Dragonite. I swear to Christ, that one looks like a Jigglypuff. Giant ass Snorlax, it's hard to freaking miss. And so on. But on top of this, though, because I'm trying to get this picture loaded so I can get a really good view of it. But fans are a little taken aback by this. Okay, so I got Lugia. Okay, so there's Lugia. I see the three birds. I see Zapdos, Articuno, Moltres. Yes, this is pretty cool. I like this. I dig this picture. This is a really cool picture. I dig this picture. But at the end of the day, I'm going to say this, and I mean this. This is just another series at this point. Now, this is supposed to be the one that's supposed to have all the Pokemon in it. It's supposed to go from the Johto region, it's supposed to include Kanto, Johto, and the Galar region, according to this article. Ash's character, though, has once again changed. And honestly, they have down in the article how his appearance has changed below. And we all know the stupid-looking... He went from X, Y, and X, Y, and Z. It's from the badass look. Then he just kind of went dopey after he lost in that league. It's like, oh, what the hell? Then you had the two movies that came out in between, which definitely took him back to what he should have been with a slightly fresher coat of paint on it. The second one being a little more closer to what we're getting now, but the now one I can get behind. I can say that. It's a lot better than Sun and Moon. I can get behind this. I mean, it's not X, Y, and Z, so there is that, but I can get behind this one. This is a lot better than that. But then you've had, like, his evolution and how he's changed, and they have some, like, there's a thing on here showing about how, like, some of the things that he got from other characters, like from Red, from the one Surfer Pokemon. It's just a whole bunch. And same with Go, they kind of, like, show that off, too. But yeah, and they also have, like, there's another article then down at the bottom how Pikachu's evolved over the years. But what's annoying a lot of fans are right now, okay, and this is something that we can't hide from anymore. There's rumor in this one that Ash is going to have a love interest, and it's not Serena. And fans were taking to Twitter going, this is bullshit. This isn't happening. If this happens, then you've declared war on the fandom. I'm sorry. I'm going to agree with the fans on this one. If you all of a sudden go, oh yeah, Ash is going to have a relationship. This is the guy that was oblivious. Okay? Oh, fucking oblivious. Not once. Not twice. But 3 fucking times. That girls were into him. Okay? Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Misty, he didn't even notice Misty she was heartfelt to leave him. That wasn't gee, I want to keep traveling with you and see more things. That was, I don't want to leave your side. I enjoy spending time with you, you moron. Then there was the one member of the Battle Frontier. As I remember that episode, right after Ash beat her, he shook her hand because he thought that he had finally understood Pokemon feelings. He was able to, like, read feelings. And she goes, after he starts walking away, she's like, Ash, you have not learned how to read feelings. Otherwise, you would have known how I really feel about you. And it's like, that's 2. And I'm going to say it because the only time he finally showed it was at the end of the series when he bid farewell to her, Serena. And that's the one that, honestly, that was the best thing that's ever happened to him. I'm not going to lie. She was the best thing that happened to him. And there's rumor going around that, oh my god, he's going to be falling in love with some new girl that's going to be included in this. I think they said that she's either supposed to be Ghost's sister or just another person in general. But the fandom has gone batshit crazy. Now, whether or not that's been confirmed or not, let's hope to pray that it's not. But if it has been, that's just going to be war on the fandom, because fans are kind of on edge as it is right now when it comes to the Pokemon anime. With Sword and Shield coming out, and with Sun and Moon not too far into the past, fans are still pissed off about the whole Pokemon League. I mean, that's still getting mixed reactions. And I love how the people are still like, well, yeah, and like I said earlier, I'm still pissed about it, and I really don't care. I've heard both sides of it. This is my stance on it. I'm pissed about it. And I know that a lot of fans were like, well, it's a good thing. Yeah, I know. I'm not arguing that it's not a good thing that he's finally won a damn league. I'm saying it's a bad thing it had to be the garbage league. But now you're going to have this newer series. And the other thing that fans are going off about with this is that they're kind of getting the feeling that this is going to be Ash's swan song. That this is going to be his final series, because we're getting the second protagonist. So this is almost like, here's Ash's final journey, and when this is done, you're going to have Go taking over. And I'm sorry. I want to point something back here, if I may. There was a small, unloved series called Pokemon Chronicles. Okay? I want to stress that one. Not Pokemon Origins, and it wasn't any of those weird things that got released like online. They were just like a couple minutes long. Because honestly, I was watching some of those, and I got lost. Because then the last episode I remember watching was some ladies in the one city in the space station one in Sapphire escapes me right now. The name escapes me. The one with the double gym were the two psychic trainers. Name escapes me. 7th gym badge. Name escapes me. Steven was there at the end of the game. You could go back and get a Beldum. Name still escapes me. But there, apparently, the last episode of that I had watched of those things was that this reporter's looking at this video and found out that some trainer caught Rayquaza. That somebody had caught the legendary Rayquaza, and then she was running for her life out of the place from security. So you have stuff like that. But let me take you back to a moment to a show called Pokemon Chronicles. Now, Pokemon Chronicles was a crapshoot. The first few episodes kind of made you feel like this is going to be what the series is about. It's like, here's your new protagonist, and he's trying to catch, I think it was Raikou. I think it was Raikou he was trying to catch, and it's like, this is idiotic. I mean, I could understand the point of it, but it was idiotic for it to come out like that, because when you think Pokemon, the first thing that comes to your mind is Ash Ketchum, or Satoshi as he's known in Japan. You don't think, oh look, here's a new guy. Oh look, here's a new character. No, you think, you don't think like of a new protagonist. You think, okay, here's Ash. That's fine. So I don't know how well Go's going to be received. And if they're banking all of their hopes and dreams that Go's going to be well received and Ash can now retire, first off, this has been going on for 20 some years. He hasn't aged. He's still technically 10 years old. Possibly 11. Okay? He hasn't technically aged. 1. 2. You finally had him win a league. A league. He should have won in Kalos, you heartless monsters. But you didn't want that to happen. Oh, no, because he still has further to go in his journey. Now that he finally wins a league, a garbage league no less, then all of a sudden it's, well, now we're going to pair him up with somebody new, and this is going to be probably his swan song if we play our cards right. We can make Go the next protagonist that everybody's going to love to, support. No, I don't see that happening. But anyway, that's the Pokemon news. So let's have an entire week, please, just 1 week where I don't have to worry about Pokemon anymore. Just 1 week. I don't mind looking at my Pikachus. I don't mind, if somebody wants to ask me a question about, hey, how did this, what was your favorite Pokemon game, or, what was one of your favorite memories from your Pokemon games? I don't mind, doing that. But just 1 week where there's like no news in regards to Sword and Shield. No news in regards to the anime. Just 1 week. That's all I ask. I beg and plead from the bottom of my heart. Just 1 week. So I don't have to say reset the clock and reset the counter. Just 1 week. That's all I ask. Just one. I beg you. But yeah, so there's the new information on the new series that's coming out, and I have mixed feelings. I have mixed feelings on it. I really do. I have mixed feelings. Okay, so there's something interesting for fans of My Hero Academia. The fourth season is fast approaching us, coming out on October 12th, which is ironically next Saturday. And guess what that means? You'll be able to watch same day subs and same day dubs of the series. Yes, that's right. Funimation has decided to take this and go same day simulcast dubs. Sort of like what they did with Space Dandy, in a way. With, as I remember, Cartoon Network's Toonami had the rights to air it first. And that was the best. That was good, but the show sucked. So fucking bad. That show sucked. But My Hero Academia Season 4 is finally coming out. It's kicking this thing up to 11. Honestly, fans have been waiting for this for a while, I'm not going to lie. It's just been a massive roller coaster, especially with last season. We had, the All Might losing what was left of his powers. He's no longer able to sustain his, maxed out form. Excuse me, I had to burp there for a second. And I got slight hiccups. But yeah, he's no longer able to sustain his max form. We were introduced at the end of last season to the 3 top characters, one of which creeps me the holy hell out, and that's the one that they keep pairing with Deku in all the pictures. It's this, I guess it's like 1 billion guy or something. I don't know. He creeps me the hell out. He really does. The guy is just... He seems like hero that's basically underneath villain. I don't know why I'm getting that vibe from this guy. And I don't read the manga before somebody goes, oh, you read the manga and you know something. No, I don't read the manga on this because... Honestly, I've just been watching the anime as much as I can. But yeah, so this is going to be coming out. They're planning to do same-day dubs for all subsequent weekly installments. It's a great news for anyone that's a fan of the dub version, so they don't have to deal with that, waiting around. But with the hectic schedule to keep up with, hopefully they'll be able to do that. Because keep in mind, for this to happen, they're going to have to get all the content from Japan, have it in the booth, have them record it, and pretty much get this in like 1, maybe 3 takes at best, so that they can get it out on time and everything else. And before somebody goes, well, South Park does that. Yeah, but South Park's created in the U.S., and at least I'm pretty sure it's still created in the U.S. I don't freaking know anymore. But it's done in like a week. Okay, you're talking a simuldub, meaning that they have to get it fixed up, they have to get it edited, put together each episode, have the, dubbed overlay over the words, make sure everything's set up and working, and they have to have it out the same day. So, I mean, unless they've already done this, and they're already finished with it, which, you figure it could be. Because they could have just jumped ahead on this and said, look, you have all the stuff? Okay, cool. Give us all the lines. Send them over a wall. We'll have our people start recording them. Then that way, when it premieres, we'll already have the first few episodes done. Or they could have done, like, up to episode, let's say, 10 or 5. Or no, let's go with, like, 5 or 6. And they could go, okay, look. We have up to, like, episode 6 done. And then, while we get up that 6 weeks, and that gives us time to get the rest of it done. Like another 6 episodes. And then, so on and so forth, ad infinitum onto that. So that's just an idea. But hopefully we'll see more of this stuff going forward, though. Like maybe, newer seasons and newer shows moving themselves over to a simuldub sort of deal, which would be nice. I'm not gonna lie, that does sound pretty cool. But yeah, so October 12th, next Saturday, or this coming Saturday when I put this up, is going to be the premiere of everyone's favorite heroes. They're back. That's right, My Hero Academia. I'm sorry. I would have just did the All Might I Am Here, but it's just it didn't feel right since he's not technically a hero anymore. He's now just All Might the civilian. Yeah, that's what he is now. It's sad. Okay, so there's some big news coming out of Kyoto Animation. Now, for those of you that have been possibly living under a rock, or were stuck in a hyperbolic time chamber, or just forgot, let me give you a little update. Back on July 18th, there was an arson attack that left 35 people dead, around the same number of them injured. Severely damaged the studio, their first studio, Studio One, and they're just, it was horrible. This was basically, I don't want to coin it like this because I don't want anybody else to start calling it that because it's horrible. But if you think about it, this was the day that anime was attacked. This was the solemn day when anime basically got its ass handed to it. And I'm just going to say this 100%. Massive kudos to the entire Kyoto Animation team. They have been doing their damnedest to rebuild on this. They said they're not just going to let this, kick them. They're not going to let this take them down. They are really doing their damnedest to bring themselves back up. And they're going to do so under their own power because all of the donations that have been going to them. Now, this is donations from like GoFundMe pages, stuff that they've gotten. I think they said from the government and that. You see donations from around the world for the business recovery. They got financial support, including funds coming from the government, from government institutions, and everything else. They are not going to keep a cent of it. What they are going to do with it, instead of using it to rebuild themselves, they are thinking of the families, the bereaved, and the loved ones, the injured, the bereaved, and the families of the people who were killed. In a statement that was put out via tweet, Kyoto Animation will not be applying any of the money it received from donors around the world for business recovery. It will be using all of it for the bereaved, the injured, and their families. The company itself will not retain any of the financial support, including funds coming from government institutions, and will move forward under its own power. I'm not going to lie, this is really touching, because this is the same people that they were terrified, too, for the longest time, that, oh shit, all of our stuff's gone. Then it was found out, nope, it survived. The stuff survived. It was like a massive miracle the stuff survived. It's like, oh, thank God. Then you had, the arsonist was taken into custody. Happily, the arsonist is behind bars. To the best of my knowledge, they are, unless they're still in the hospital being treated for the burns that they received, but they're in police custody, basically. Let's just go with that. You've had a massive outpouring. Almost instantaneously, there were other anime studios that were just setting up GoFundMe pages. And a lot of people were going, oh, they're just doing this to take the money. None of it's going to be going to them. Don't give them any money. I can safely say at this point that I don't think they were going to be taking the money. The companies that set this up, you have an obligation to compete against other studios. Okay, that's a given. I don't think in any way, shape, or form that the studios that set up the GoFundMe pages to help Kyoto Animation were going to take the money and run. They honestly were doing this because this could have happened to any of them. Okay? This honestly could have just happened to any of the other studios. It happened to them. They felt horrible that this happened, and they wanted to help them. There's a code of honor amongst anime studios. There's a code of honor amongst everyone. And for the people that constantly will say yet that they were planning on taking the money, there's a code of honor among thieves. Okay? So even if they were, which they weren't, I honestly don't see them doing it. That would be too scummy. They would get found out, and that would bring the end to them. But, I mean, the number apparently has added up to over 1 billion yen, or around 10.1 million American. And none of it's going to the recovery of the business itself. They're going to pick up the pieces themselves under their own power. They're not going to take a single cent of the money that was donated or given to them for that purpose. It's all going to the families of the people that died. I'm sorry. That's really touching to me. I mean, this is a company that, this is a horrible tragedy. Okay? You've had outpouring of people left and right that have been giving you money. And at the end of the day, I'm just amazed that they looked at this and they're like, you know what? I mean, over 1 billion yen is huge. And they probably looked at this and they're like, we can't take this. This is ridiculous. They spend all that money, and what it basically would probably look like is that, well, now they're super popular because they have so much money. Whereas they're doing the right thing. They're just giving it to the families. And I appreciate, I honestly do. I think it's a good move. It's a safe move. You don't have to worry about backlash. And honestly, this adds up to what they were, all about, because the head cheese for Kyoto Animation even stated that, it was so sad, because all these people, there were some young ones there, some of the elderly ones that were there, and it's like all they were basically, they were there for how many years, and they would get to know everybody. There were some shop owners around there that would say, yeah, it was always nice seeing them. They would always come by. It was really nice, but now it's just so, completely quiet and everything else, and it's just, it's so horrible. This was a massive outpouring. But it just goes to show you how much value Kyoto Animation is placing on the human beings who make its beautiful animation possible. They don't just stand behind them with whips and chains and, crack the whip and tell them to move faster. They actually look at this and go, nope, we value you as human beings. Now, I'm not saying that all animation studios are like that. That's the ongoing joke, that animation studios don't care about their employees. This proves that Kyoto Animation does. Now, I'm not saying that all animation studios are like that. It's like I said, it's the ongoing joke amongst people. You can thank The Simpsons for it, but this definitely shows you, because Kyoto Animation could have just took the money. They could have rebuilt themselves up bigger and better than what they were. But what it is that this shows you, first off, that besides the besides the governmental funds from government institutions, just if this would all be literally from like GoFundMe and stuff like that, that's huge. That just shows you had a much bigger fan base than you were ever thinking possible. That's saying something. But the staff at Otaku USA Magazine, their thoughts remain with the victims and their family members. And fans in the area over there. So if you are listening to my podcast and you live in the area of where, I'm assuming it's the area? I'm assuming it's the area. Okay. At least around the area of the Kyoto's Miyako, and I do apologize if I mispronounced that, Messe Conference Center, you will get a chance to pay your respects. Because there's going to be memorial services held there on November 3rd and 4th. So you'll actually have a chance to say your to pay your respects and everything else. And honestly, my heart still goes out to them. This was horrible. I still remember the Thursday morning when I was reading this on Twitter. My heart just dropped. I actually think I was drinking something at the time, and I just swallowed it down like a gulp, and I could just feel my heart just hit the floor at the same moment. I was like, this was horrible. It's like, oh, at the time though, it was like only like 30 some were dead, and then it jumped up to 35. It was horrible. But like I said, and I really don't want it to be coined this way, but it was the day anime was attacked. July 18th, 2019 was the day that anime was viciously attacked. And honestly, like I said, I'm more impressed with the fact that they're not going to take any of the money to rebuild the business. They're giving it all to the families, to the the bereaved, the injured, and their families. Because the injured, they're still recovering. The families of the deceased, I mean, I know that the money's not going to make up for the fact that your loved one is gone. No amount of money can ever replace a loved one. Somebody that could light up a room and, make just a wonderful day how it is. No amount of money in the world can ever replace that. There is no value on human life. You can try to name a figure, go for it, but there's no value because you're never gonna have the same thing. I mean, even the person could have been like, oh, my family sucks or something, but deep down, the family liked having them around because to them it was like they were a member of the family. They liked having them there. So it's just no amount of money can ever replace them. But it's nice to see that the studio and the animation studio in general is thinking of the family, the injured, and the bereaved. And they're giving them the money. They're going to be applying it. They're going to be using it for them, which is really nice. It means I'm assuming out of this it means like funeral expenses. I'm guessing hospital, you know, bills, possible therapy. Because you figure this is something that's going to stick in their mind. They're going to see this like burning and everything else. They're going to have to go to therapy. That's a given. You don't want them all of a sudden going into an office building or a building similar to what the first animation studio was, and then all of a sudden having a massive PTSD attack. So they're definitely going to end up having therapy. We got hospital bills, funeral expenses. I honestly could see them taking this money and, like I said, and using it this way. And honestly, that's what makes me happy that they're not going to take the money and use it to rebuild their business. They're taking it and they're using it to help the families and the injured and all those. That's a good move. It's kudos in my book. Honestly, you could not ask for a better way to do that. But yeah, this was according to Shinichi Issa, head of the House of Representatives Finance Committee. So yeah, so they're gonna put that. They're gonna put all the donations towards the victims of the attacks and their families. With everything together, it adds up to over 1 billion yen. So that's really impressive. But yeah, this is just this is the thing that I like with this. It's like there's always hope. Like even in the darkest light, there's always that glimmer of hope. And this shows it that there's always some type of hope left in the world when it comes to this. And honestly, like I said, it's kudos. Just I can't stress that enough. That's really impressive that you're going to be doing this. My hat's off to you. My heart is still with the family and the victims of this horrible attack. But yeah, it's just that's beautiful, beautiful. Just it just gets you. It really does. Okay, so here's some. I don't really know if you want to call this upsetting news or shocking news or both. But Aplha Dream, the 28-year-old Japanese studio that's known for developing the Mario and Luigi RPG games, they filed for bankruptcy. Yeah. They were crippled by high development costs and sluggish sale performances for the works Aplha Dream has completed. The story said, according to the translated Yahoo News story. That the studio listed debt of about 465 million yen, roughly 4.3 million US, as of March 2018. Wow, that's huge. Their work on the Mario and Luigi RPG series began with Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga for the Game Boy Advance in 2003. They went on to make 4 more RPGs, the latest being Mario and Luigi Paper Jam for the Nintendo 3DS in 2016. Delivered 2 3DS remakes of older RPG titles since then, including Bowser's Inside Story and Superstar Saga. Aplha Dream was also behind 2 adaptations of the Hamtaro anime, 2004's Hamtaro Ham Ham Games and 2008's Hi Hamtaro Ham Ham Challenge. And yes, I felt the brain cells kind of fall off just reading those. But people were kind of not taking this news well over in Japan. And actually, over on Twitter either. People weren't really taking the news too well. You had the whole, oh my god, this is horrible. What's going to happen to Mario and Luigi? Are they screwed? Are they done? Is, somebody else going to take over? And I kind of liked some of the comments in this. This is over from Polygon. There's some people that go, for some reason, these are in the comments, I thought that Mario and Luigi games were internally developed. And they're considered second party, apparently, similar to Rare in the 90s. Nintendo has some stake in the company to a degree. Yeah. So, it's just, interesting. Because they have, like, a whole list here. Then another person put up, like, a whole list of their kind of developers. You have Next Level Games, there's Mario Striker series. Good Field is Wario Land Shake It, Yoshi's Woolly World, Kirby's Epic Yarn. Camelot Software Planning, which needs to get their head out of their ass and start doing more Golden Sun games. Ironically, they do Mario Tennis series and the Golden Sun series, which, by the way, we need a 4th one, okay? Better yet, we need a remake of all 3 of them together in one game, and then a 4th one. Get on that. Stop doing Mario and get your asses in gear. Intelligent Systems does Fire Emblem series. Vanpool is like Dylan's Rolling Western series, whatever the hell that is. And INIS does Elite Beat series. And I kind of like one of the other comments on there is, I really want a new Golden Sun game. And go, yeah, I still feel that. It's one of my favorite RPGs. Yeah, it's one of mine too. I want a new, they gotta remake that shit. But yeah, so there's like a lot of comments in here. So I like the first few entries in the series. The gameplay was great. It was charmed, but after a couple, they became really stale and fell into a trap of over tutorializing everything and not showing any restraint by cutting the weaker elements of the game. So yeah, I mean, and that was another comment, by the way. So some of the people in this, they're kind of feeling, okay, yeah, they're sad that they're filing for bankruptcy, but at the same time, it's not really a surprise. I mean, high development costs, poor sales, the fact that, a lot of almost all Nintendo games now have to go onto the Switch since the 3DS is dead. So yeah, you only have the Switch, so unless Nintendo is going to agree to, oh, well, here, come put stuff on our Switch. Here's the coding that you need to use in order to get it to work. But yes, come, put stuff on the Switch. Make us more money. Unless they agree to that, which they won't that easily. Because you're going to have to, prove it. You're going to have a well-developed and high portfolio of successful games. Because I remember I actually had an idea for a game. I have no background in gaming or anything. I sent it to Nintendo as an idea and was promptly told to shut the hell up. They do not take unsolicited ideas. Please do not contact us with any more. Have a nice day. I was promptly told to shut up. It's like, yeah, okay, I have an idea for a game you guys might want to, think about making. Maybe it might be good. Okay, after I got that email from them telling me they don't take unsolicited games. Please don't contact us again with any of your garbage. First thing I thought of was Bender from Futurama. With the, oh, okay, I see how it is. I'll make my own game system with blackjack and hookers. In fact, forget the blackjack and the hookers. Yeah, just screw the whole thing. So I was just thinking Bender from Futurama. So quickly, it's like, yeah, I was just thinking Bender. But yeah, so they filed for bankruptcy though. Aplha Dream is they're weakened by poor sales, the high development costs. I can understand it. I can. They're not a massive title. Their last game that they came out with was what, 2016, and it's now 2019. So, yeah, I mean it's just yeah, yeah, it's sad, but at the same time, it's not unexpected. I mean, with it being the way it is, it's sad, but it's not unexpected. So, but yeah, Aplha Dreams filed for bankruptcy. What this means, though, for who the hell is texting me? But yeah, what it means for the Mario and Luigi saga is up in the air. Who knows? But yeah, either way, it's sad news, and I do apologize for that. You can't say that this podcast is not random for nothing. I want to know who the hell texted me. Okay, hold on. Let me grab my phone. Be right. 1 second. I want to know who the hell texted me. This is who texted me. No. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. I think that's a scam. Oh, cool. So I got a piece of spam. That's great. I love spam. I love spam. Yeah, okay, that's fun. But alright, yeah, I apologize for that, everybody. But yep, so Aplha Dreams filed for bankruptcy. What this means, I don't know. Maybe Nintendo will take the rights over to the Mario and Luigi franchise. Who knows? But yeah, you never know. Something could happen. Who knows? Okay, so there was some huge news that came out of New York Comic Con this week. Although they can't really call themselves a comic convention because San Diego Comic Con, I think, kind of took that title to court to fight for it. But, you know, what the hell with it. But Steven and the Gems are back for one final go-around. That's right. We're getting the final season of Steven Universe. This is going to be season 6. It's the swan song to all of Steven Universe. And there was a new opening that was revealed. This is going to be called Steven Universe Future. It actually looks pretty sweet. I'm not going to lie. So, we got a new opening, which you can find up on YouTube. I shared it on Twitter. I did not share it on Facebook yet. I don't think I shared it on Facebook. But yeah, you can find it on Twitter. I really got to start doing more shit on Facebook. I really do. But basically, I mean, they could have ended it in season 5 when Change Your Mind came out. That could have been the swan song for this. They could have ended it with the movie. But when they came out with the movie, I'm like, no, we got to have one more here. We got to do this. So New York Comic Con announced this with a new opening sequence entitled Steven Universe Future. The downside, though, is it's going to be a limited series. It's acting mostly as an epilogue to everything that we've seen so far. Basically, Steven's going to be helping everybody with their problems while trying his damnedest to avoid his own. It's going to take place of the events after the movie or 2 years after the show's first 5 seasons, if you're doing the math. Who cares? But yeah, that's basically it. You're going to have all the time, jump character looks, which look pretty cool. Except for Steven, because he's sporting Greg's black shirt. A lot of fans, especially Ostrich Vox over at the Roundtable, definitely pointed that out. Because, yeah, I watched that video. That's like, instantaneously had to watch the Roundtable. But we did get a short tease about the series, its direction. So after saving the universe, Steven is still at it, tying up every loose end. But as he runs out of other people's problems to solve, he'll finally have to face his own. Which technically, yeah, that hasn't happened yet. If you actually think about it. I mean, Steven hasn't actually faced his own problems. He's been dealing with everybody else's problems. He solved the problem with the gems taking on the diamonds on Homeworld. He solved the problems with the corrupted gems. He solved the problem with, Amethyst not feeling, like she was a part of the group. With Pearl having these I loved your mother, feelings. You had, the issues with Greg, trying to live up to be a parent and, teach his son right from wrong in a way. You had Garnet, who wanted to live her own life and not understand how, the world was. so on and so forth. He solved everybody's problems but his own, and he's just running out. I mean, he solved Lapis, Peridot, Bismuth, so many of them. But after season 5, though, it was unclear if the movie was actually going to go on, and then you had season 6 that introduced Spinel, and she was seen in the opening of this attached onto, it was Yellow Diamond's shoulder, but she doesn't have her tear marks anymore from her crying with Pink Diamond doing the dick move that she did. I'm not gonna lie. Steven's mom's a prick. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. But yes, you have that. But there's also gonna be like this whole. There's like a neat little shot here, I should say. That this was basically having like the villains. You have like a pinkish looking white diamond figure. You have some type of a tall centipede creature, a bunch of what appears to be lapis lazulis, one that people are assuming there's like a aquamarine that people are assuming fused with a ruby, either eyeball or navy, one of those two. Jasper is definitely here, and there's like a cactus styled watermelon Steven, like a corrupted thing. But the sad part, though, is that this is coming to an end. And I know that old saying, all good things must eventually come to an end. I get that. I understand it. But still, this is a series that you kind of would have hoped wouldn't come to an end this soon. You kind of hope that they would have just, went on like this. But it's still sad, though, that it's coming to an end after all this time. But at least we're getting the shot, though, of the newer cast. We're getting the updated crew. Everybody's sporting their time skip looks from the movie, which honestly I think were the best looks that they had. But yeah, there's just so much that this has going for it, and it's just really interesting and cool that you have this. I mean, in the trailer, Steven's driving, so there's that. Everybody's like hanging out. They're all happy. Even Beach City's good. So yeah, it's just a matter of, this is literally just tying up the loose ends, but it's a limited series. So it's not a full season, which kind of sucks. You kind of could just condense this down to it being basically another Steven Universe movie in a way, where it's just a limited series, which this show being 11 minutes long per episode really doesn't amount to much. So it's a limited series, so it's like, yeah, okay, that's cool. So if you add up how many it's going to be, which, who the hell knows how many, I'm assuming it's pretty much probably going to be the length of one Steven Universe movie, which is about 90 minutes long. So yeah, that kind of sucks that, it's 90 minutes long, and, oh yeah, but now you don't have, like, an actual, it's just like, it's not an actual season, whereas it's a mini season, or limited season, so yeah, but no premiere date has yet been announced for this. We just got the teaser trailer, and I think this was mostly to either whet people's appetites at this prospect, which honestly it's going to do. That's a no-brainer. But then you also have the fact that this is probably also to shut up a majority of people. Like, give us another season, give us another season, give us another season. You're getting another season. We don't know when yet, but here's the trailer. Whet your appetite with that, then we'll bring you out the menu for the main course. I'm just kind of curious how they're going to play out Steven's final problem that he has to solve, because that's what I'm trying to figure out, what his major issue that he has to solve is. I mean, because he solved almost everybody else's problems, and now he just has to try to solve his own. So that's an interesting concept here to see what's going to happen, I think, in regards to this. But yeah, so Steven Universe, we're getting one final season, so let's all get cheeseburger backpacks out, and let's get our gem powers all set up here, and let's go off with a blast. Let's go for one more, ride here, right? One more time around Beach City. That'd piss me off if that's literally the name of the final episode. One more time around Beach City. That would piss me off. But yeah, I mean, worst case scenario too, after this, if this goes off like really huge, if they would want to, like, down the road, they could just do like a standalone another Steven Universe movie again, like a really short one or something, just to, like, keep fans happy or something down the road. It's like, yeah, well, the series concluded, everything's happy, and here's, like, a glimpse into the future or something. But, I mean, it kind of sucks. Because at the same time where, yeah, it's a limited series just tying up the loose ends, you could have just, like I said, for a show that's 11 minutes long, you get, like, what? The movie's at least 90 minutes. You have, like, 9 episodes at 11 minutes. It's 99 minutes. And you figure that's about the length of a made-for-TV movie. So, yeah, you're basically looking at, what? An hour and 39 minutes. It's about the length of a made-for-TV movie. With adding commercials, it's about a good hour and a half, almost 2 hours. So it's a made-for-TV movie, and basically that's what you're going to get. So it kind of sucks. I mean, I wouldn't mind like a second movie or something. That's basically what we're getting at this point. If it's going to be like just tying up loose ends and it's a limited series, I'm assuming less than a standard amount of episodes. So you get at least 9 episodes in this at 11 minutes apiece. That's another made-for-TV movie, basically. So, but yeah, like I said, let's get one more cheeseburger. Let's get one more ride around Beach City, right? Get our cheeseburger backpacks ready. Get Lion. Get the gems. Let's have one more time around Beach City. This next season's gonna suck, isn't it? Alright, folks, so here it is, the moment you've been waiting for. That's right, it's time to talk about Sailor Moon in condom form. I feel like I need a shower after this. I'm just thinking of that song from Bare Naked Ladies, that 1 Week song with the second verse. Yeah, because they got the Boom anime babes. Yeah, that's I'm thinking about that. And holy crap, it's just making me laugh so bad right now. But so does the tagline in this article. In the name of the moon, I will protect you from STIs. Oh God, this is funny. So yeah, that's right. The Japan's Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare is partnering with Sailor Moon creator Naoko Takeuchi to make Sailor Moon themed condoms. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to keep a straight face in this one. I'm just apologizing right now. The ministry will distribute these condoms for free at STI prevention events throughout Japan in October. The design of the condom package features a heart-shaped and a picture of Sailor Moon with the text, "Prevention of STIs." Oh God, this is just so damn funny. The events are going to take place. The events will take place on October 5th in Fukuoka. So you've already missed that one by the time I upload this. But you can go to the October 14th one in Hiroshima. This isn't actually the first time, though, that Sailor Moon has been used to increase public awareness of reproductive health. Oh God, no. Okay, this is getting worse here. A few years ago, the same ministry ran a Sailor Moon themed campaign to teach the public more about chlamydia, HIV, and syphilis. That's just what you want to establish with. I'm just gonna say it this way, and I mean no harm by this, but that's just what you want to establish your a brand like this with, is sexually transmitted illnesses. This is Sailor Moon we're talking about here, okay? This is a magical girl genre. It's basically a shoujo series, aired on, in the U.S. Deke had it. It was on Toonami for the longest time. It was a lot of people's gateway anime. Got rebooted with a very crappy reboot. I'm sorry to say, I didn't like the reboot. And this is what condoms. That's just a wonderful thing. Last time I checked, I just want to talk about this because this is like a couple articles back. With the decline of primetime anime no longer being a thing, they were saying it was because there wasn't any new generations being made, or their birth rates are still falling. So you're making condoms out of anime characters, using them to promote condoms. That's just perfect. I'm sorry to say this. This is an event. First off, thank God this is just an event. I would hate to walk into like a pharmacy or something and go, "No, I want the Sailor Moon condoms, please." That's just so wrong. That's just so wrong. That's one of those, you're wearing a trench coat, hat, sunglasses, and you're just dropping the money on the counter, and you're going, I'll take the condoms, please, the Sailor Moon ones. And thank God these aren't being sold in stores. I don't think anybody would be able to handle that. That would be horrible. But first off, I think it's a great idea on paper. Let me phrase it. It's a great idea on paper, okay? Yeah, let's, okay, we want to make this so that people don't get STIs, don't want to, we're going to distribute them in events. That's fine. On paper, okay? On paper, that's fine. On paper. I want to stress that part. On paper, this is a good idea. On paper. Now, in actuality, let's think about how creepy this is for about half a microsecond before we actually go through with this. We're now basically screwing stuff in the backwoods. Okay? Honestly. It's just the fact that this is idiocy, his poor thinking. Okay, so you did this before. Did you actually give out? Okay, you just used her to increase public awareness of. You ran a campaign to teach the public about chlamydia, HIV, and syphilis. You weren't passing out Sailor Moon condoms. I want to stress that part. Sailor Moon condoms. By the light of the moon, I will protect you from sexually transmitted illnesses. First off, let's talk seriously here for a moment, if we can. Let's talk seriously for a moment. Could you... I'm sorry. I don't think I can take this seriously. First off, like I said, this is good on paper, and you're using an anime character, which is massively popular in Japan, to push awareness. It's basically a marketing ploy. But by God, is it one of those, this is like once in a lifetime, did you think before you put this out there type of moments. I would just hate to be, and I really mean this, I would hate to be the type of person that's with somebody, they want to go back and do what adults do. For those of you that are underage, you should be listening to my stuff anyway. But I'm sorry, I'm not family friendly. I'm like PG-13 to a soft R. I'm not G-rated. I'm not G-friendly. I'm like PG-13, like a soft, like a hard PG to a soft PG-13 low rating, hard R high rating. That's what I am. I'm flat out TVMA here. Maybe TVY7 low M, but I'm like high in TVMA. You have this. I need to be the person that's with somebody. You decide, hey, let's go back to your place. Let's go back to my place. We can get it on a bit. And all of a sudden, it's like, well, you brought protection, right? Oh yeah, I got protection. I got a Sailor Moon condom. I want to stress, like I said, this is good on paper. Okay, this is good on paper. First off, having events like this, making it aware to the public about this type of stuff, that's a good thing to do. You don't want to have a massive outbreak of something, no illnesses or diseases, all that's a good thing. You're never going to hear me argue that. Prevention against diseases is always something that should be taken. And for those of you out there wondering, no, that was drilled into my head in school. Always wash your hands, cover your mouth, cover your nose, all that stuff. So yeah, prevention of disease is a good idea. The fact The fact that you're using an anime character that was depicted in a bare naked lady song about making them think the wrong thing to make this awareness happen is what I'm finding so ironically funny. Not to mention the picture of the condom in question here, which you can easily find in the article. It looks like they just took like a patch from like a Sailor Moon patch with the moon behind her and, you know, her and then Luna, and they just added the words prevention of STI, added the little decorative backgrounds, and placed it on a heart-shaped container. Like I said, I would hate to be the person. I mean, first off, I'm just going to safely say this. If this would happen to me and all of a sudden be like, yeah, I have protection, I have the Sailor Moon condom, I can guarantee you that either A, my date is going to be leaving and never coming back, or B, knowing that that's the only thing that I have, I would not be comfortable enough to even get into the situation where I'd have to bust it out to use it. So I don't want to make light of this, because what I think they're doing is a good thing, and I really don't mean to make light of this, but you have to realize my position here. This is funny as hell in a cosmic sort of way. Okay, I am looking at this from the cosmic perspective of this. This is hilarious as hell. Put yourself in my shoes, you're going to understand this. So, this will help in prevention of STIs for damn sure, because I don't see any self-respecting person. She's winking in this, okay? She's winking, okay? She's winking. It's almost like she's just looking at you like, you can do it! I have faith in you! That is not the pick-me-up that I need. It is not the pick-me-up that I need for this to happen. That is going to do the exact opposite of what the situation's calling for. The situation's calling for something to be standing at attention, and seeing her winking, smiling face is not going to help matters. So all of a sudden I'm going to go, you know what? How about we just watch the TV instead? No. You stay on that side of the couch. You stay on that side of the couch. There's a pillow, blanket. Rufus! Doggy! You have a dog, right? Yeah. What's your dog's name? Fido! Good Fido! You sit here! You sit in the middle! Protect your master! I'm just gonna sit all the way over here. She's winking! For God's sake, she's winking! Okay? I cannot make... You gotta look this picture. It is in the article. Pull up the article. As you're listening to this, pull up the article. Click the link, pull up the article, you'll see what I mean. She's winking. And it is. It's basically like, you can do it! I don't feel comfortable. I would not feel comfortable. If I knew, I mean, first off, I just want to stress this for anybody out there wondering, no, I don't think I will ever be in this situation. I couldn't get laid in a women's prison with a handful of partners. Okay? That is the type of person that I am. Okay? I am not comfortable with that. I don't see that ever happening. My mom pretty much has been made well aware of this fact that she's probably never getting grandkids. Okay? I think she's been made well aware of this fact. But, let's say the planets go into alignment. Uranus is in Neptune's Pluto. And I was over in Japan. And I had one of these. And I basically knew that this was the only condom I had. Nope, that ain't happening. It will succeed in its goal of preventing STIs because I ain't getting any. I ain't even doing the act that would bring this into probability. So it has worked. It has worked as a deterrent. Just seeing her winking at me. I can't stress that one enough. I'm sorry. I can't stress this enough. She's winking in the condom. The outer package has her winking. I can't. I'm sorry. I like I said, I mean no disrespect. Like I said before, it sounds good on paper, and what they're doing is very wonderful. I'm not gonna lie, but for God's sake, I could not see myself. This would work out wonders for what they're attempting to get out of it, but. No, I draw the line somewhere, and this is where I draw the damn line. This is where I draw the line, okay? This is the line that's drawn in the sand. I'm sorry. I can't. This is. I'm looking at this from the cosmic view, and this is just too damn funny. It is too damn funny. Alright, everybody, and that's going to pretty much do it then this week for the absolutely, completely random podcast. It's been a blast being here with everybody for the last hour, some minutes. But yeah, it's been a blast. Don't forget, though, like I said at the beginning, you can check me out on Twitter at Otaku Rose. It's my Twitter account. You can, talk with me, send me a message, tweet to me. It's always fun. You can also check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. You can even send me a comment here in the discussion section. I'll get it. I have to do that, I think, via the desktop app, because I know mobile doesn't work yet. I wish they would get their community system in gear here. Don't forget, you can also send me topic suggestions if you have something during the week that you'd like on one of those. You can gladly send that to me. Be my guest. I enjoy those. And yeah, don't forget, like I said, Q&A video October 26th, I want to say. Yes, October 26th, midnight. So basically 12:01 a.m. on the 27th. Can't take any more. Then save for the next one. I already have one because apparently I did miss one last month. I do apologize. I did miss a question last month because the YouTube system, like I said, did not return the thing and tell me, hey, you have a notification here, and it didn't come up that I had a notification because I didn't know I had a comment, and lo and behold, hey, there's a comment, son of a bitch. But yeah, so if you have, submit your questions on any of my videos. Basically, I look at any of them that I put up between when the last Q&A went up until the cutoff date that I mentioned. Just put down in parentheses Q&A, and then other parentheses, and I will know that that's for the Q&A video, because I look between the last Q&A video and the current one that I put up. So yeah, so whenever the cutoff date is and whenever the last one went up, any questions that are put into any of my videos, it could be podcast, discussion video, which yes, I know hasn't come out in a couple weeks. I was planning on doing one, but I have since changed my mind on it because I couldn't get much information from anybody. I asked if anybody wanted to give any, and apparently that turned people off the idea. It's like, you know what? Okay, screw it. It's not worth my time then. I already did a sort of rant discussion on it, so the hell with it. That's fine. But basically, yeah, so I look at those on any of my videos. It can be discussion videos, review video, rant video, podcast. Just leave it in the comment section. Parenthesis Q&A. You can also submit them if you want to via Twitter and Facebook. That way, if you do that though, just again Q&A. I can look at the date stamp and tell me, you know, which one it's for. So feel free. I don't reply to the Q&A questions because that come up in the comments section. So if you don't get a reply back, I usually thumb up it. I hit the like button. So if you get a like from me on it, and if you like put it up and I'm like the first person that or you know how many likes it had, then all of a sudden it gets another one. That's how I reply back. Like, okay, thumbs up. I click the like button. That means that I got the question. That means it's on the list to have for the Q&A. So that's fine. But yep, so feel free to drop your questions, start getting them ready. Cutoff date's the 26th, so you got 3 weeks to go. And until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes. This has been the absolutely, completely random podcast, and I am gone. Bye, everybody, and have a wonderful weekend, and have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and a wonderful week. Until next week, I'm Andrew. Bye.